So this video is inspired by Verse Lines, who put in a comment on my first video saying, I'm the same age and struggling with whether to keep trudging along on my current path or just dive into the total unknown with a full reset. Would be interested to hear more from you, so I hope you upload more videos. All the best with your career change. Thank you for your message, and your message is going to be my focal point today because I'm going to talk about why I chose to do a career change at 36. And I think it's important because I think anyone else who, like you are in a similar position, if you have a point of reference as to why someone else did it, it might help you with your own decision making. And a lot of people don't really talk about the whys, right? They talk about the outcomes, like, okay, yeah, I quit my job and I'm now doing something I enjoy more or I'm more passionate about. But what's more important for you or for me or other people might be why, or how did you come to that decision? So I'll talk about from my perspective. I did it because, similar to you, it was the unknown. I didn't know what I was going to actually pursue. So if I quit my current job, I didn't have like a clear idea of my next job or, yeah, this is what I want to do instead, and I'm just going to go straight for that. No, it was like, if I quit my job, I'm going to be lost for an indefinite period of time because I don't know what it is. But the thing that got me over the line was when I thought about it in terms of no regrets and the rest of my life, like the longevity or the future. I can see myself doing the same job that I had at the time, for the next 10, 20 years. It's not a horrible job, but the problem is I wouldn't be satisfied with it. There is zero fulfillment, zero. It's just a job that pays the bills. And as much as I can, I've done it for the last 7 or whatever years up until that point. I was like thinking about it in the future as a 10 years, 20 years. I was like, nah, ain't no way. I would rather take a chance at the absolute unknown. That's what I'm facing. Like going back to ground zero career wise. I would rather go through that. So that kind of speaks volumes about the job. Even though I'm telling you it wasn't that bad in terms of like mentally stimulating and like career progression and life skills, I already reached the point where it was just like my head banging against the brick wall. There was nothing else to come of it. There was no more learning, no career paths. It was kind of like, this is it. So yeah, so then weighing that up, the answer became actually quite easy for me, right? It was like, yeah, there's no way. So I took my chance. But again, the whole point of this today is to tell you that it only gets harder from there. The easy part, looking back on it now, was making the decision to leave my job. That was easy. At the time, it seemed really hard to do. Like I was torn, but I had support from family, from friends, from my partner, who all said, if you want to do this, they're all going to support me, which really helped. But then once I did go through with it, it became exponentially harder as time went on because you feel the expectation and the pressure to find that other career that you're supposedly supposed to enjoy more and be more passionate about. So that is the reality of it if you choose to go down that pathway, especially if you're older like me, with bills to pay and there's expectations that are consistently growing as every day goes by. But if you're younger, I think, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, if I was 10 years, like 10, 15 years, I would say do it. I'd have nothing to lose. I'd go for sure. Like I wouldn't even hesitate. But because of my age and where I was in life at the time, it was very difficult. So anyways, all I'm trying to say to sum up is whatever it is you're considering doing career-wise, make sure you have a clearer understanding as possible for yourself as to the reasons why you're doing it. Even if, let's say, you're not leaving a job, at least have a clear understanding of why you don't like your current job. Sometimes when you don't get along with the people at a workplace, that may not mean that you don't like the work itself, right? So that might mean that you don't need to change your career completely. You just need to find a better work environment. So you're staying within the same industry. There's no need to then uproot everything and go to a completely different industry and then go, hang on a minute, this is worse than what I had before. Well, it's because you didn't hate the work, you hated the people. That's just my analogy. So hopefully me sharing the reasons why I made my career change will give you more clarity for something that you might be going through, or just give you an insight as to someone who is going through it. Either way, if you guys enjoy this type of video, let me know. It's only my second ever video, so I'm still figuring out what sort of content to make. If you have suggestions, ideas, questions, go ahead, put them in the comments, because as you saw, I just saw one comment and I made a whole video about it because I thought this is important and this is meaningful stuff. But yeah, I'm out.